What's going on, y'all? Machiavelli Mills TV. I'm back once again with my grandmother. Now, in the previous video, my grandmother told you all that she had her first child at 13. By the time she was 18 years old, she had 3 children at that point. She was a teenage mother to 3 children. And privately, we discussed about, the availability of contraceptives at that time. And you saying they were not available to young children at that
Not
time.
without a parent. You couldn't go and get them without a parent.
No condoms, no none of that.
Nothing. I don't
Birth
even know.
control.
Nothing. You have to have your parent with you in order to get it.
Right. And I think that is what I want to talk about, like, because it was teenage pregnancy was a thing during your time too. It wasn't just obsolete, or it wasn't unheard of. And I think what leads to that is that you couldn't have these private conversations with your doctor as a child, as a young minor, to get birth control and stuff. Now the doctor will tell your parents to step out of the room and ask you, are you sexually active? All of that, which helps. Yeah, then you're not gonna tell your parents you sexually active. You ain't gonna talk.
We from the South. You don't tell your parents certain stuff. It didn't work. It don't work like that.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So if you would have told Grandma Gigi you was having sex, sexually active, she would have.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Got you.
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna fast forward a little bit. We spoke about you having your final child, your last child, at 24 years old.
Yes.
By the time you had your child, 24 years old, later on after that, you met my grandfather.
Yes, I did.
Yes. Yeah, my second grandfather. So my grandfather that I knew my grandmother to be with for my entire life was not my biological grandfather. I have a relationship with my biological grandfather. I know who he is. I can call him and talk to him, and y'all seen him on camera. But I never knew my grandparents to be together, my biological grandparents to be together during my time. Mm-hmm. Right? You ended up remarrying.
Yes, I did.
How old were you when you remarried, Grandma?
I had to be 39.
39 years old at the time, right?
Yeah.
But you had been with him for a minute previous.
A year and a half.
Year and a half.
Yeah.
Okay. Got you. So at that time you remarry, you moved to the hundreds.
I moved in his house.
Moved in his house he already had.
We call it the big house.
The big house. That's what we called it. So, and I'm talking behind the camera, y'all. So my grandfather, the house that they stayed in, that's where most of my childhood memories came. Mm-hmm. This is the house that we had all the Thanksgivings, Christmas parties, Labor Day barbecues, all of that. So by the time you met my grandfather and you had these children, you had grandchildren at this point.
I had 3 of you all. 3 grandbabies.
Yep, sure did. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep. So at that point, the house is running through with kids and all of that, right? Yeah. How did that make you feel at that point?
I felt safe. I felt good. Yeah, I did.
You felt safe in that marriage and everything.
So,
Right.
Yeah.
And so, where did you meet him at?
My insurance man.
What?
You know your granddad is my insurance.
Yeah.
You know that.
Uh-huh.
United Insurance.
Yeah, and you met him through there, and then y'all started dating through that point. Right. So look, my grandfather was a musician.
Yes.
Excellent drummer.
Yes.
Played the drums in front of Bill Clinton, former U.S. president, and everything. So in the house, it was
Harold Washington. All of
them. We played for Harold Washington too. Now, Harold Washington, you all, is the first black mayor of the city of Chicago.
Yes.
Right? A beloved figure in Chicago. Played for Harold Washington, all of that, right? Yes. Matter of fact, I remember reading when Harold Washington died, how people were just it hit people when Harold Washington passed away. Yeah. Yeah, but my grandfather was a drummer, and he had a studio.
Yes, he made it himself. He built it himself.
He built that studio.
Yes, he did.
And boy, we used to be and my sisters, they used to be down there playing hide and seek in the house, running around down there.
Every time I listened to Bruno Mars, and he said the kids running around his house like it's Chuck E. Cheese.
Yeah. You think about us running through there?
Yeah.
So Yes, we used to run through the house playing hide and seek at that time. My
Mm-hmm.
auntie, who's not on camera, auntie not that well, she ain't that much older than us like that. She's older, but auntie what, 11 years older, 12 years older than me? I'm 30. Auntie what?
41.
So 11 years older than me. She's
Mm-hmm.
11 years. So at the time my auntie's in the house, she's putting us on to the music that she listened to while she growing up, and we with my auntie running around. But yeah, um, but you say you felt safe
Yeah,
within this.
I felt
Yeah.
secure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
More secure than previous
Yes.
relationships.
Yes. Yes.
And
A
for what
lot.
reason?
Hmm. I was older, number one. I knew what I wanted and what I didn't want.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And what'd you say what you wanted as far as like what in a partner?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I had been divorced for 13 years from your biological granddad.
Yes.
Yeah. And hey,
Yeah.
yeah.
Grandfather was easygoing and
Very easy.
yeah.
Very easygoing. Romantic. That's the main thing that I like.
Mm.
And he was a very understanding person.
Mm.
Yeah.
Very understanding.
Mm-hmm.
And I say that because
Yes.
we ended up living with you. Me
Yes.
and my sister lived with you
Yes.
for a period of time
Yes.
when we were kids,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
And so now you got two small kids in the house.
Yeah. Yeah.
And how was that adjustment?
I guess it was okay. It was good. It wasn't bad at all. You all were great. Except for you were a crybaby.
Yeah, I know. My son picked
Mm-hmm.
that
I had to
habit
go to
up
work in the
too.
morning. You want to be a crybaby? I'm like, look, Malcolm, Grandma got to go to work. And the school bus is coming.
Yep.
So you got to get on it.
School bus. This is the time the school bus. Now the school buses don't come straight in front of your house no more.
Well, he wasn't supposed to come in front of our house. He never was.
Oh, I never knew that.
No. No. I went out there and I talked to him and told him that you all had to be let off at the back door to get in the house safe. And he did it. Mr. McGee.
Mr. McGee, yeah. Never forget. Mr. McGee was an older gentleman, but he used to always look out for us. I mean, one time, I don't know if Nene didn't, you locked the bottom lock or Nene lost, I don't know if Nene lost the key or left the key or something. We didn't have the key or something. And he took all the other kids on their route and rode around till you got home.
Till I came home from work.
Yep, so we can be in there with you that time. I remember that. Nice man. He used to always tell us.
Nice man.
Yep. He always
Very nice man.
He always used to tell us, y'all got a pretty grandmama. We looking at him. Why you looking at my grandmama? Ah! Yeah, I told my granddaddy he gonna tell her y'all got a pretty grandmama.
Tell Mr. McGee better keep his eyes on the road.
That's what he said. That's what he told him. That's definitely what he told him. So yeah, we lived with you all for a period of time, and granddaddy was taking us to after school program
YMCA.
At the YMCA. Yup, in Roseland.
That's right.
Yep, and we would go there for a while. He come pick us up from there, and I remember during that time period. That is when I really saw a everyday routine structure like that in that household.
Yeah.
Granddaddy came home. We ate at the table.
Yeah.
Cause at mama house we was not eating at the table. We going in the room.
Yeah. There's the table. Said our grace. Ate our food.
Ate our food. Grandma used to make the cakes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. We used to make the cakes. But I would say that my grandfather, I learned that he's deceased now. My grandfather passed away in 2019. But always, like I say, I owe a lot to him because he taught me a lot about life and a lot about maturing and being a man and being a father, etc. Yeah. And so, like I say, Granddaddy very easy going because, like I said, we little kids. He thinking y'all finna be in there by y'allself probably at that point because Uncle Corky had gone off to Detroit or in school or Detroit at that time. And so he probably thinking it's just y'all in the house and then we come up in there or whatever. But I would say I remember Granddaddy buying me a drum set.
Yeah.
For Christmas, I believe.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, he did.
Yeah. get me into the music and the
Yes, he
drums and
did.
stuff. So
Yes, he did.
yeah. So during the time after that, your other children started to have children,
Oh yeah.
all of that.
Oh yeah.
So now Christmas is at the house. It's something else. No, I want to tell this story for everybody.
Okay.
Talk about that time the ribs got stolen.
You remember that?
Yeah.
We were barbecuing, and we always put the grill, on the sidewalk.
Mm-hmm.
And your granddaddy put the meat on the grill, like he do, and he closed the top and came in the house. And when he came out, he lifted up the top. Slab of ribs gone.
Somebody took them ribs.
Somebody was waiting on them to go in so they could take it.
Took the ribs off the grill, y'all, in the summertime. Yes. Which is crazy. Yes. I was like somebody plotting and watching him cook. Waiting. Somebody stole the ribs off the thing.
Yeah, stole the ribs. Good we had more.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Good thing.
Yeah.
We always had more.
But I would say y'all always was prepared.
Yeah.
For those big festive holidays. I also want to talk about the adoptive grandparents you had over there, Nuki, over there.
He was a little boy that came by, and me and him became real good friends.
Yeah. Young boy outside running around, Running
around.
And he saw him by the house. Yeah, man. And he would come in the house. Eventually, he started coming in the house, coming in, ask for Freezy Pops. Yeah.
I kept Freezy Pops. Okay, open up the freezer and get your Freezy Pops and be careful. Yeah.
Always good times over there on 120th and LaSalle.
That's right.
Yep. 120th and LaSalle. And so yeah, after that, y'all stayed there for a minute and everything. And I remember vividly at this point, Grandma, your mother.
My mom.
Yeah. Grandma would come over there and stuff like that.
She would.
Yeah.
She loved to come over. She said, when I go to your house, I can do whatever I want to do.
Yep.
I said, it's all right with me. Whatever you want to do it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. She would come over there now. Grandmother passed away in 2000. July 5th, 2000. Yeah. Yep. What grandma passed away from? Great grandma. That's my great grandmother. She passed away from cancer.
Multiple myeloma.
Now my great grandmother, y'all, loved her to death. She passed away. I was 7 years old at the time, but we spent a lot of time with her.
She was a baby.
Yeah. Yeah, she's the same. My great grandmother, I wish I would have been able to see her. She used to teach me all these nursery rhymes. Pop Goes the Weasel. All of that. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. All that stuff. She used to teach us all that. And she used to keep the VHS tapes at the house with Fox and the Hound and all these Bambi and all these different movies for us to watch, right? Yeah, that. Yeah.
Little Mermaid.
All the movies she used to have over there at the house.
So you all could watch them.
Yeah, we watch them. She drink her old style beer.
Old style Vincent and Hedges. Woo!
Firecracker of a woman.
Yeah.
But always, was nurturing with us. Now, you speak about your mother not being nurturing like that with you all coming up. Mm-hmm. By the time she has grandchildren, my mom, my uncles, my auntie, she becomes more nurturing.
Yes, she did.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think she realized, and I even do that. What I didn't do properly, I should have. Once you get older, you can see the wrongs and the rights. You can see what you should have did. Because after all, parents don't cover no instruction books.
It doesn't.
No, they do not. And it's awfully hard with my mom to work, my dad to work. And don't have anyone else around you to help you out.
Yeah.
To even talk to.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I would say that for sure. So she became a lot more nurturing by the time she had grandchildren.
Yes, definitely. Yes.
By the time she had great grandchildren,
Oh man.
it was like second nature at that
That's
point.
right.
In fact, I remember her before she passed away. She stayed with all of us.
She went to everyone's house.
Yep.
Before she left this world.
She stayed with my uncle and his children. Stayed with me. Well, my mom, my mom and us.
Mm-hmm.
She stayed with she came over there to your house.
Oh, well, she was always there.
Yeah, always over there. Yeah, but yep. And so she been around just to be around her great grandchildren and everybody to spend time because she knew at that point she was sick.
She knew that she was passing.
Yeah.
She knew it.
Now, ironically, I said I didn't know this at that point.
No, because you all weren't supposed to.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
So yeah, we speak about my grandmother at this point, knowing that she was getting ready to transition or leave the earth soon. Like I said, I didn't know none of this. Now I'm thinking I'm piecing it back together. I remember when she couldn't open the door at my mom's house. She panicked, couldn't open the door. I found that out, you know what I mean? But I didn't, couldn't open the door, stuff like that, losing strength, etc. So then she ended up passing away. At this point, I have a sister who's prematurely born. She didn't get to see my grandmother. No, she didn't. Yeah. But that's one thing I wish that all of that would have, she would have been able to see it and all of that for sure. But like I say, my great grandmother was a firecracker. I know all the jokes in the world. All the jokes in the world. Everything. Yeah. But I want to say, my great grandmother passed when she was 61 years old. Very young. Very young. So when she passed away, I remember, of course, all of the events of all of that. Did you know she was, at that point, it was only a matter of time before she was about to pass away?
Yeah. She told me the year before she passed. She said, next year, this time, I will not be here. And the doctors told me, he said, your mama is gravely ill. So I knew. We knew.
Yeah. Man. So when I talk about my great grandmother, like I said, I was only spent 7 years with her.
Yeah. You're a baby.
Yeah. My uncles and them talk about her a lot, though. Uncle Buzz, he talking about how she would get certain things for him. He used to like all different type of stuff. And my uncle used to like to dress. He still likes to dress very sharply. Very sharply.
Yeah, definitely.
And he went to so many proms.
Yes, he did.
Yeah. And my grandmother helping him with certain things.
Yes, she did.
Yeah.
Big help. Great help.
Yeah. Yeah. And also helping with your sister's children.
Oh, yes. Definitely.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Her sister's children went down the line.
Yeah, sure did.
She kept my aunt 2 oldest sons for years.
Sure did. I forget about that.
Yes, she did.
I forget.
Aunt was struggling, and she took them. She did.
Then Grandma Gigi passed away. Then her sister, Auntie Rose. No, Auntie Rose passed away first?
No. Gigi passed. My mom passed away first. She passed away in 2020 of July.
2000.
20. Yeah.
2000.
Then 2001, her brother Jesse passed away. And in 2001 of October, her sister passed away.
All of them right behind each other. You gotta take that call?
It's your mom.
Okay. All right, so I talk about your mother passing at that time. I don't think nobody can ever prepare for that moment that their mother passes. So even though you knew it was coming, I'm sure it's still...
Yeah, but it's still...
Yeah.
Unreal.
It's still an unreal feeling.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, unreal.
And like I said, I knew, and all of her siblings passed away right after she did. The rest of her
Another two
siblings,
she
yeah.
had went right on down the line.
Man.
Right the year after. Bam, bam. That was it.
Her other siblings were the one that passed. Were they older than her?
Yes. My mom was the youngest.
Got you.
And she was the youngest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I remember, but no. We talked about you originally being born in Montgomery.
Yeah.
Your family was from Montgomery?
Yes. Yes.
From Montgomery, came here on the train. You came here on the train to Chicago.
Yeah.
Now, it's funny, we talk about black folks coming here on the train.
Mm-hmm.
During that time, y'all came here like the 60s. 60s.
Yeah.
During that time period, Great Migration, black folks from the South migrated to Chicago.
Yeah.
To, from Mississippi to from Alabama, all of that. Because my dad came here in 1960, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
He's 5 years old, came here on the train. Mm-hmm. And y'all came on the train, too.
We sure did.
Where did y'all move to when y'all first came here? You remember? Yeah. You was a little bitty baby.
We lived in a basement apartment on Boeing. Yeah.
Got you.
Yeah.
And then y'all moved. Did y'all move? That was the South Side?
Yeah, we was
always on the South Side. Okay.
Then we moved to 42nd and Vincent.
Yeah.
When my mom came.
Y'all was on 47th and Vincent then. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that where you spent majority of your childhood time at the time? No, y'all ended up moving to the Robert Taylor too, though.
Yes, we did. Once my grandmother passed, my aunt was already in Robert Taylor. Okay. And my mom moved her.
Auntie Rose in Robert Taylor?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
5323, and we lived in 5247.
Mm-hmm. And then y'all lived later on as an adult, 5041.
Once I got older, I lived in 5041.
Right. Once you had older, had children.
We moved from 5247 to 100th and Morgan.
Right. Yeah. 100th and Morgan moved to the hundreds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's where my mom stayed. And I ended up coming back after my dad passed.
Gotcha.
I came back into the house.
Right. That's what Mama didn't say. They moved, and that's okay. Mm-hmm. Y'all moved back into the house that you was at after he passed away.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
That's when your mom met your dad.
Right. Yeah. Walking past, because my daddy then was on Peoria. Yeah, my dad was on Peoria. Yeah. Peeping my mama out. Mm-hmm. But yeah. So then your boy, I came along down a little shortly after that. But moving from the Robert Taylors to the hundreds, how was that like? For your kids, I would say.
Oh, it was great. I was kind of glad. You know what I'm saying? They were getting older.
Yeah.
Going into high school. Have to get on the bus to go to school.
Get on the school bus or the CTA bus?
Yeah.
Got you.
Yeah. And they still did it once we moved to the hundreds. They still rode the bus.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. Different. It was good.
Yeah.
He went to school and graduated and came out all right.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so
everybody doing good. Everybody working.
You know, statistics say if a woman have a baby at 13, 14, 15, she don't be nothing. The kids don't be nothing.
False.
The